Muhammad Shema Muninajo, Moko Pent Radio 100.1, and Sembi Edika Editie Samufwasem, and Temra Society Sena Yade Sumo, and Samna Dawson, Nini Animo Ebi, and say, Director General Emma Prison Service, Ayora, patient, Buffo Bonnie, what you are to just say, Abai Aja Tumsa, one more, one more and Nedria Fiano, Madi de Sicano, one more they call 5 cities.
Sansona ene a church of wa one chasi a former jumbe sa afini to one mukano. Okopie mo asye a share a ye home a ye sikasem so na bedi a chire. Watch us at one budget in Besha 2026 budget no imu.
Jomtnani Emma any pipi amanyo konifa e war asante mantemo e bokwa dubi na watch us penyifo mu MPP amanyo konim pesa Dr. Alhaji Mahamadu Bawumia omuye no unopposed.
The Church of Pentecost Bosare District no yeti ya fipepe peni nenso asori mpanifo nyasem kete no kwesi dey wato party di ma wonu masofo abo wonu mabaso ahye wonu mabasemu den.
Saso ena futu akwama emanyina se ejanom esombo ewo abusuamu enti ya empempi no yenkyere yani so enkyere won.
Amano ne ensemu yekopiemu ewo France South Africa ban na musini a wo France owura nati wahunemu ewa bonten.
Ensembi eka wehu semufo sem yatna se ede somu se nonumu empai mu kase ewo Pent Radio 100.1
ena se enkoma ohinere spice so na fin so ohine no dari padded mokse wonom afa kase yi eho kasa so ena dwempa hene Kofi Mensa wono boy and the free newsroom seke okay ena ete technical room wo streaming live over Facebook at the MIN akenkan for ayeme ohineba nyako mene
mame ajua ayenkra kechiri
adeshe yadani ehutiawa na yako ni akwaji abofo wonom enkra to ye ba yere kase ni chimu beto also
we do for a mini grow na say die waduane ni dano ayesronko
anyo mura ohinere spices abefi aduane de ayesronko ohinere chicken seasoning so tutu uchi ana wo ye akokko nam hu bibia fakakra sum
froye no
ohinere stew seasoning ba mama jeta
jollof no
ohinere jollof seasoning ma muhwam ni odew
fried rice no kra die
ohinere fried rice seasoning e ma me fega frede aponchin kakra no me do ohinere go seasoning na ye asam na me se ni ra ohinere seasoning powder we want beef shrimp noodles any de keke ka anu so ye de aduane me hwam na me den ubedie dibium enti obapa ohinere spices abama yen aduane no aye de efise ni die nenso aye de
ohinere spices e dey
e wo dwa hodromu eto phone for 020-780-5398 and 0244-525908 FDA agi edwedien kratoi atom.
Adesha yanamose na yamama kwaba ensem no enchiremu enie aban adwumafo akuntabuo no guso a ekoso na ene prison for ene kokopiem ewo committee a wo mo hye atoto o mano no enim public account committee no na director general Emma Prison Service ayora patient Bafo Bonnie wadi ato dwose mampanyi mahama aban agi atomo se wono mo da eneduafie no wo modi disika akane na ye 1 cedi 80 pesos no ene wo mo pajamu ede akọ 5 cedis wose se wo hwe sika na yade ema wo mo na ensohye enti wo moduane anu omudi no wankasa bedi nwa danse se na nhyeda enso ani na wose wo motena se eno omode proposal ekokoto abanim se nka won fa nko 10 cedis enfama wo mo na so aban tena se a wode egu ensane anim no ena wa ma wo mo 5 cedis.
Gladly, we proposed 10 Ghana cedis and were granted 5. And after the consultations, President actually instructed that the amount should be increased to 5 cedis, and that's an amount of 10 million, which was supposed to cover the last quarter of the year, was to be released. But it is yet to be released, even though the approval has been given. And I also want to put on record that I reference to the question of how we have managed the 1 cedi 80 pesos. I have to mention that the 1 cedi 80 pesos, in actual fact, is not the amount that is even used to feed the inmates, because the food is supplied by contractors who also take their profits from same. So practically, we are feeding 1 cedi.
And Director General of Prison Service. Ora patients Buffo Bonnie was this a Johnny no Cromo Yama woman, Yadema contraji into contractors so dear no, Eka hone money 1 cedi 80 pesos into a moto dear 80 pesos ni free moi, not just a caucus will be or done a dear fear piano 1 cedi. Any a man no send a didi sika. Na and watching and I when the for Muntaka Mohammed and so be PMO ewo committee no enim and was say Ghana ye prison services no one more at a time bomb was so pa so wash up budget ya ye try edia to ho edia ma womo was sen kwada kra wo muko suku no wo musika aban edema womo eye 2 cedis 50 pesos na ekoba ne se panyi fo we ya wo mugu eneduafie ne mo 1 cedi 80 pesos no kra no de ade contract ama no 80 pesos free mu a anhwe yi adabi no ensuo ene ade bema wo.
I've managed to convince my colleague, the finance minister, to let it stand alone. So now you see it when the budget can, it will be standing alone. And you see that prison feeding is standing at 40 million. That's 10 million per quarter. We know that the 5 cedi is not adequate. But looking at where we are taking it from, 1 cedi 80% to 5 cedi, it would be a good start. Hoping that we'll build on it. Because like you rightly said, even children who just eat once, we use 2 cedis 50 pesos. Meaning that for adults, even if we are going to use that same rate, it means the minimum should be about 7 cedis. What do you call it, 50 pesos. But we proposed 10 cedis. We battled out, we were standing at 7 and 8, but you know the budget envelope, they said that they can manage with 5 for now. We are hoping that into 2027, we should be able to even get this even further improved. But like the Director General rightly said, the prison challenges are enormous. And when I visited some of them, I almost broke down because I thought that they were preparing, you know, in the house when they are preparing to do TZ, they normally match the condo in a kind of water. So I thought that's what they said that's the porridge. I said, no, what is this? They said that's the porridge. And it came to a time that I don't know who brought the idea of 3 meals square, because 3 cannot be square. Now we are not talking about 3 meals square. It will virtually come to a point that we're feeding them only once in a day, because there's no any magic you can do with 1 Ghana 80 pesos, if not just water that you are going to give. So it was just once, and that was a danger that we're sitting on.
Na ne kwakwa mo ana onomonyamfo yi ade ka ho biom se wo mo ne enwumakuo bi ekasa jebe ya wo mbetimi a kire eneduafie no ensano djuma nkakra kuayo eka ho enti eniema wo mbekire wo mo no matimi dia ba adwaman so aba beton na se sika na wo mo nsa beka no wo de aka aban dia wo de ebema wo mo no ehu.
That we are trying to adopt, that's getting prison industrialization, where we set up industries within the prison, where Ministry of Education is supporting us to sign a memorandum of understanding to do furniture, to do the sanitary part, to do uniform. That will help. Then they get something to do, they make additional income. And then the agriculture, and I must take this opportunity to thank a lot of Nananum across the country. They listen to our plea, and many of them have come forward. Some have given us 100 acres, 200 acres, and we are tilting it together with the Minister of Agric. Minister of Agric is also very supportive with this Feeding Ghana project. We partner them, and we are doing all this to help make sure that we produce some of the food ourselves, whilst we use at least the little that is coming from government for feeding, to make sure that at least, if for nothing, once they are there, they should be well fed. That will help us reduce the skin diseases that we see there, a lot of the ailment that we see. All that we hope will come down. But we are happy that at least some progress has been made, and we hope that maybe within the week, the finance minister will make sure that we get the 10 million, so that 1st October we have a start from tomorrow.
On Manyamfo Muntaka Mohammed, Interior Minister, Nene and Adishie Yeti.
And you're sorry, yeah, and not church for our church or my Ghana Munina. You found one more Mumbai, say, a fe any cacreni, Yintia Womokada. One which I say, one of my men, natural, my feet, one my bread. One which I say, September, and I say, Bobusumi, so one market to your but teacher for your banomodi and come one year. The mo one bay be empowered, you'll say, you're and one of Kosha said if we circle or brass sport. And you one more kind and now wapa, never be a one way the can't call a bank, a Jubilee House. And yeah, I'm 91 echo and summer were there to Johnny a B and a son of Quasem. One more chair, one papa dainty, and now one umbe quaqua ye, Jumas Mama Ghana, will be generous to could the match that dear. Number Sume Makumako, a dupe me and son, Nansu Yentia, one of Yentia and someone a church for being what they to dra a bra Bridget O2, a presidential staffer, with Gina Mo a J petition and answer what you one man with the same.
For 9 to 13 months, we've been in the classrooms, we've been at the war front working. You all know how the recruitment process is. When you get the appointment, no one gives you a dime. You would have to go for loans and all that. And for 13 months, without salaries, it's not been easy. We've engaged our employers severally. We've engaged our Honorable Minister, and all they say is we need financial clearance. We've written to the Minister of Finance, but nothing is here. So we thought it as much to, we made a press conference, by the way, and said that if we are omitted from September salaries, we will have to hit the streets.
We presented a petition expecting that it will get to His Excellency for action to be taken. For a good 2 weeks, we have not heard anything. Today, we've joined a larger group to come. We want to believe if you put our issues before His Excellency, our issues will be addressed. In as much as His Excellency was able to listen to the cry of tomato farmers and made sure that their cry was heeded to, in the same way He can listen to our cry and come to our aid. We cannot teach with empty stomachs.
Yentimi fire se pan enkojina suku dama nchira de said your mampani etie kuyafo anu wonum ton tomatoes asante achem na of mra hye bedwani ononyafo hene kwame from po esro mampani se tomatoes ebe prokwa intimayento a mampani ufuru pem to ye no wo mo so de ne to naka bibi na fo musika fa mo wonom ononyafo Bridget O2 wono na wo presidential staffer in government communication office of the president one and then opia bonten ebabeje one petition and so one man do disem oba no say o mampani where you city for power you be a come wasam kire na no kwasem o wabadaye mo ba hai mo how to atwa enya de a manu disem anase mo how we ebeka me dex ase anase ebeka me table so that me de be mo mampani no ankasa no kra no wate dada entimu kama koma enfentum yem.
Two speakers made very clear is the fact that they have faith in the president. And I think that is very important, that you have faith in the president. And also you know that the buck stops here. He is the president, so the buck stops here. So it's good that you have come to the presidency. You said you have engaged the ministries, finance and education, but you're here. And you know this government prioritizes teachers. I think we should take that into consideration. Look at the no fee stress policy. First year students had their fees cleared. We don't want to see our teachers marching on the streets. It's the last thing we want to see. I don't know what has accounted for the 13 months without getting your IDs and being processed. So I am hoping that once you have brought this here, I will definitely take it in there. No, it will not be under my desk, as somebody said, No, but it will be looked at as to why the delay has occurred. I have no idea. But what I can say to you, especially you, as you're very upset over there, that it will be looked at and hopefully, like you said, whether it's October or November, this will be treated urgently because we don't want to see our teachers on the street, because we need you in the classroom to teach our kids. So thank you all so much.
Minim di akwa fasa o how we nyina ede aba na sɛ de amoka no mampani wo no ene ye o mampani nti asɛm nyina etwa wona na so maduru ha die monka makoma emfa entom yam eye Bridget O2 na wono mafiri ho no wono sɛ wono akɔ wo mankasa wono papa fie eye osoafo a wo hwɛ homa sua ensɛm so ne oduru ho no ma no nyafo haruna dusu ankasa wono ankasa pie bai no wase memma asɛm a mo kan no kasɛm mede me nan hyɛ mo pabo ma minim sɛ de etie pa mo fa nkyɛ na sɛ de amekasa na saa na mono na mitu me se mepre empunto ni nkan ko e de ama kyerkyerefo maasem no medikan kra ene omampani e de hudwuma sɛ de amuni mu no menso eni mitumi mu sɛ me na me yisika ema ye ditu amoka nemom anamo bi a wo sɛ mitu e de fa ho no metu ama mokatua ho nsɛm no aye totin.
I will walk the talk on the issue of the unfair labor treatment that has been meted to you. It is not acceptable labor practice anywhere that you will work for 13 months without pay. But understandably, I ordinarily could simply have said that I don't control the purse by way of releases. But be assured that I'm on top of the matter. I met with the Honorable Minister for Finance on Tuesday, the 23rd of this month, and we discussed your matter. And your matter is receiving priority of government. We are heading to cabinet with a joint cabinet memo, which will be signed and sponsored by me and the Honorable Atuforsen, to make a strong case to recruit, just as I stated. Our estimation is for both GES and TVET, we need 53,000 teachers more. I'm talking of the generality, but the matter which requires urgent solution is 6,700, whose process started.
Na one every ehumesua ase ya no na ode wani kire mu ekọ baby sika ni guo baby okase mpuno yepunu ne ho e na oche se sika no sika de betem ka honom ne wo enti wonom ekọ wonom kọ ye osoafo be de kire de ma osoafo a wo hwe sika sem so ye ononyamfo doctor Thomas Nyako Ampem wono ankasa ne pie eba ye no oba na o se hwe me ankasa me akirikiri ni o me ye train teacher ankasa me so ye posti me boso me nwatwe na me sika mai na me fa hu hia mo pa de mo kan minim pa na emom no aso ye me masa me boss ye ononyamfo ato forcing wone omampani akasa enche bia November ye kwa ko ready budget be se na fo aduasan de enim ye kwa ko ready budget ni ye ya yedum mo ho nsem nyina ye de ahyem em se honum na anya chechefo yi de na so se mama na nyam de esan se yetie musu eno so eye ononyamfo Thomas Nyako Ampem.
I'm one of you. I trained as a teacher, left the training college and was posted to teach. For 8 months, I did not have salary and I know how difficult it was. And so I can relate perfectly well with all of you. For teaching for 1 year without a salary, how difficult such a situation can be. The finance minister will want me to tell you this, that he sympathizes with you and that your predicament, your situation has been brought to his attention. He has gone to brief His Excellency the President, who has given him the green light to make sure that he fixes your problems. And so in the next 30 days, the Finance Minister is going to Parliament to present the next budget to Parliament. In that budget, the Finance Minister is going to make provision for all of you to be catered for. So you should be very happy that your problem will be fixed. That is the good news that I have for you. That His Excellency the President has asked the Finance Minister to make sure that provisions are made for you so that your salaries are paid. You will be fixed. Thank you.
Yo, when you also for be chiri kasa ne said ya oti wo chiri na no da be penny se ya your penny se ya omo ko eye abankesi mu krampo no mo che se enka ma me bridge to omo lor fe no mu ni lor fe krampo mo de ba ye enka omo lor fe na so hon me yanyi lor fe ho dum to omo san wachi e ko ye ade she de ko so ene eno no
asamu wo ye adwuma ne yentu a okadia yana emoya because they say what she say next month 30 days in temnyasa
afi no obekwa ko ready budget and na say budget no krebesha say 2026 e dey
no munni enkosi sa budget day no
say aban so kire say esi ano oboa ne ho ansa na waye bibi enti afi ni ya capture o ma she budget nim enti yenhwe
ajo Adeshia yeko NPP amanyokuo no emu na empanyimfo ahye se afipino ne aduono ensia opepombe somede twatoɔ kra ena omobeto aba na womayi de obetu franka ama amanyokuo no na sante mantem mujomtenani ema amanyokuo no eye owura enchi bosia konchama wuntumi ene ne dia dodo na edi enim no wakasa afasanse mehu a wosem kwanya empanyimfo si yen hyehyeye ewa abatonum no nukure ni ote ase a enye ye wose no se yehwe afimpino na aduonu miensa wonu mo mokoto aba ema Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia no eye safo na ena January bosom de toso aduasa ba kwa afimpino na aduonu nsia mu wombesan ato aba no eti ekoba ne se de di pefe se NPP amanyoko no pese womoye kane mampanyi abedi akire unopposed.
Abano, I just say unopposed. And about Umiako, I just say unopposed. The Serbia for I win a election. I 1996. So I'm to a Panama for 1996. No, I'm one a better man 1998. It's one more to a Panama. Yura, Baumia 2023. No, one more than a Pano. I 2026 January 31st. And see, after me, I'm not I have history as a political science and data, and I'm a demand. Oh, move a brain, omu shade. Uti, Mamfa Aquania iso, Namen Fancha Diakaka. Mete sa a man for be say, a man for be, regional chairman for be, Amma Ebeyi, and Kofoding at free polling station near the Anyanokre. Who be also will be to me.
Ora enchi bosia ko ayedwomtenani ema NPP amanyoko ne fa ewo asante mantem
Harisha fe yamfa kase ni ngura sorry dem na wotwe a etwa mu mekire kwasi de etwa mu ni na wotwe na the Church of Pentecost mo no members ne keka won sase bo afode se yamfa ema eye officers a wono ye asori mpanifo agese we kakra bi de ehyemo anmunyam na eno na kwasi de etwa mu enene na nse ya boss already district ya afipe eni wonum sofo eye pastor John afewa wono edi wonum anim ene wonum to party de ma officers na eno na sofo afewa ene Pent radio adwempa hene etwetwe nkomo no watch say ewo muses officers elders deacons into omuka na so wo mu yadwumaden pa wo mu bowo homoden pa wo say monkoso a na yeyi asasi so a mo katua kese no esan ewo soro
yade a efri empenifo no wahyesa ba se asore mu mpenifo a oku won ho bo adwuma se no yenso enye we na yenfa enhye won kuran eno nti ene ne yehui ji wo bo sore de setimu ha no ye officers makoma 60 omo ne wo mo yerenom ne won kurunom ne won ma ene ba ya ene ya to prono fe ne yede obi anso achede ama no ye se mo kuran ka se eruade ne wo mo chefa na afi nso no aketua ne kase ba wo soro we ye asasi su de kakra ye de kire ni so tie gina chairman Osoric Yameche ne executive council na name any new Tafu area head Professor Motituduku any area president na name na fe bo sori enso me members ni nyina nso ya name na ye mempanifo ayiko any moni adwuma kese pa ya me hira won onto won kwanem no ma won hira no nya ne ye betena ma won ma no won mamma no won mamma bedi no makase ye gyanim ni ho wo yiri won sum awurade na wo hira no ye na yedi
na eno ena pastor fewa ede eto members nso anim ese members eya mamu appreciation na nye afeba akubia emudakro na officers wonum eye adwuma pa ene adwuma wo bom pae de mamo ye kwa sorry a member bi creative nso da one ho abeka so betena fie wo so ukọ de ke ho na abeka akosiesi so de knesses na se adwuma wo ye enti momamani enso mompanifo yi na abre bia no monhye wonum anunyam na mommo wonum abaso
ewo musa mpanifa shato sa afia finance enu nsi kwan se sasoro ba bi wo eni so bi kire officer ontimi nkire e kwanta ho bribia rano ese ye dowon ko e be fa so a kire ni so de a kire mpanifo bi ne se wo fra ye beba wo hihye program idea ho be ma eno so ye ni so no bia and then members nso betimi afi won akom no mu pem dada a che won ade se ne won akom ape ne titru se edru occasion to say Christmas eni na ekeka ho no enye sofo nko eni ye na doye eri chire suma wosum ne yeni eso emo asore mpanimfo ni nyina ne yebeba wakoma bi apeso be ya mobi ene ye bi mu de achede bebre aba ama ya chicha mpanimfo nti wo monto asosa ebe hye mpanimfo ni nkran
na empanifo nso ene wonom eda sorry man na fe nso sofo ase pa aiwo achede sronko na fe nso anija wode ehye wonom afuno mu ma wonom eche se no kwasem se we ama wo ma kwanya posi wonom nsum sa sorry empanifo no kra na eno nso eboa wonom ewo ekwan bi so.
Bedi the SK aba na dedi kano ya beda ochasfo yankopon asi o akonya wonya di amaye na bia da ya chairman area head and then sorry district pastor Biwa asi entansi say ebedu sampempenso we ya obotuma organize say the whole district yankambu na officers appreciation yanya na baako no bia kuma ya dai ento when your first time I dey musa adewe ensida afi wo eduma ne mu no nso no abome pa ye ni titiru eduma ekura mi ko eso fu eduma no wa lenko akwa odo akwa amamni ekuni ne titire eta ehia medinde elder Stephen Kofi Abanbeyi wo Boso district enam sawoye presiding ewo Samai assembly ya de wura osunu mu no aboa e bebre wa aboa ne se nanka menye obia omo frɛ me no na medutwe me ho na medutwe me ho ne nyina na amoa me ba me de me ho wura osunu adwuma no ama me ma na ekuta me nkolensia betimi ahwɛ wo mu nyina ama nkola na nya baabi agina eno achi no aboa me ami ni padua ama ese ya busua mu no semura ha in fact omo bu me yie abo frɛ me safo maame na achi no se bibi si wa busua no na sa wo mo ahome a ana asɛminimu a omo ka enye yie ne nyina enyankopɔn adom ne ni hira na ɔde hira yɛ wɔ adwuma na yɛ no fɛs na me wura bu no na busua no kwa yɛ mfa me nyɛ hwe me yɛ makuo panyi ɛwɔ saa mai dokta
mo na eno no we aya sorry mpanifo bia wonom ewo Bosore district no wonom anu disem no wonom ani so a wo kire wode eto pentredu anim e de kire kwanya wonom anya
adehye de kasani kopiemo ewo baabia ni Ora JK ania edinfinhia edrokono enum 95 enam so ama ne ma edi awoda kese pa ena edi ama no Ora Solomon ania ene ni nuanom ahye papa na nimonyamo a eso bi emada na sewi bekwai district ni mu osofo a woda Presbyterian Church of Ghana no Reverend Patrick Kwabena Irenchi ebusuafo no to omonsa frɛ no na bra wo kasa ewo dwumade na se no otu mabunu fo se ejanom eho hia pa nanso empempi no ya na ye janom ye to wo mo ajeje mu na yafa enanom de abata yen ho wo se ejanom eyetire ena bibia yen sa beka so wo fiduanim no yen kan hu se efri ejamo ho na akọ enam ho ansa na abayen mofra no ho enti se bibia ni a eya yen hwe se ye be hye ye janom animonyam.
A different occasion, but this one there, me and one more catcher and they say they want to celebrate their father. Our wedding 95 years. And no, you're doing one fact, a boy are doing the so because in Pempi, you know, about to say, you do be birthday as you say, but the end, you know, who say fathers are also important. Send another Bible can or say, honor your father who gave birth to you, and I say, who brought you out. I need himself, say, Yabe, we say, as a sister. Kasa no ye janom won kwammoa emu ene ye free buy eti nipa bebre bi no mo nim ba bi on papa mpo wo obi no se wo mo papa anhwe wo mo enti wo mo hwehwe wo mo kira kwan obi no mo mpo abo wo mo papa no mba yie a wo mo mpo wo mo ni mu ekukura but ye nuanom abomoden obre ni amane a wo mo papa famu for the past 95 years and I say what they say ni wo ma ye wo mo papa that should be won so wo mo ma bi na embroso
na enu achi no ena Ora Kwesi Agema we businessman ono so ekasa ye ena osre enkwada ne mofra mabunu titiriu se ye nhwe se ye papa nom ye behwe wo mo afi ejanom so no mo wese monto mo ma ajeje mo sede ye bi a wose mo ye edebo amoma no e wose wo ye ja na se wo ba na wanhwe ba eye no me edema
Yes, you need from a jamo, either be a mammy phone corner, I say, be at the moment, a jamo so, and I feel man in fear, what dear, 95 years, and nothing to her. And to say, we say the Maurimaya, now meet me, Buana, if you feel producer. The Macata Yokumana say, Omunano, almost some margin. No moon say, a jano soyano muyebi. Adiaba Kwan, Ayana, you wouldn't say, Sabu, a jar, can be very busy. I know one thing, you could be scarred above feet. Is a bass a young far crowd, Kodium, and Coton Pabua, and Coton at Alemana, a jar, oh, J, the Mamma Meno, Yanafacotoma, Acrano. A bassa mamma phone, you can feel some mamma phone, and all your mom. Omunim say, a year Jan, and I have this kind of mamma phone on your mom. And to me too, and crying enough, Nam to me enough to say, Namio or Dom, as or two summer, a jar and a year of Busanity, and to know, no matter what, say, I will be only you. One of us to about yesterday, a jar, I dear, and to know, I am na yen share janu so ni monyam inja se mame fo no nko ade be so money monyam we ba mame a eye but ajano so na so yehia bi say so money monyam
na ne kwakwa mu ana wosan de akwama ajanom sa wowu akwada ba na se wanka se wugitum se akwada weyi eye wanka se a ene e wose wo hye akwada no ekwaduru empempensuo bi a twedi ampo nyankropon na be ma akwada no eso na wose yenhwe se ye be hye yenkwada no yie na wo hwe ne yie no so no na de nyamesuro ka ho
enkura japade a nyame e dia mai dia ba wiase so wo ba di ba wiase na so wan hwe na e punishment e wo de ma me the convoy me the cast base for any fra ba e bidi na chi ye ba ben no am phobia so what kind say awu paye wan ka say ma me payu say awu paye that means say solonum kwa fa so o mo hwe o mo papa mo ho e ma mo du ba this time no e na nipa na e kasa the kaja fo nya say obia wo a o mo kiso say o be hwe ne ba akudi time say ne ba ne benya ba bi agina na sabi ono so ne say tutu the banner sweat matter. So one here now a punishment, no be biano, Yankopa and Boman to be our because of the bar.
Orakosi Ajamai, a businessman, nene eniati.
Adesha young fakas yani Engra Amanone Ensemo na ene South Africa, one more fruit to Mdini says South Africa buying a name senior war French and I say France. Ora Neti Mitawa when you're in fear. Aduonum enwotwe eye 58 papa yi enano edwada ena ne yere ede atudwa se papa na yira waira wonhu no na eno ena enei enano pai abamofo chese wonuma kwaku hunamu ewo hotel bi echi 4-star hotel eno ewo Paris Hyatt Regency Hotel ewo Paris ehonmo ena okoko hu papa yi Bosi for chese sa media nhwemu afeni wo sha sentu nim dia ekofa ni wo ede baye papa yi efri afin pino ene adunum yensa ena wo sha se wo som South Africa ban ewo France ese aban no nanamu sini Osha, wadi amanyukonum tintimai pa wachese efri 1994 bra ura Nelson Mandela o babaye South Africa mampeni odi kan kra na papai wodi emu tintimai pa na odi mu akotene wa yama nyesema che na obi enim de asi de kokofa ba ya na yire ede babetu dwase papa na yira nanso wono mekokofhwe na chese hotel a eto aso maako aduonum mienu 22 ehwonomo nachi ena papai eda maame no anase ne yire kire se ni kunu esene ne text message na eni hu eyie text message was send no na kire se wo se wakwaji hotel room eno ewo 22nd floor na kire se abrosen to so aduonu mienu no last floor ena wakwaje na wo kire se papai amu a wonum hu ye no hu se sa hotel no so no esoro ne mpoma ne yabie obi entimi enkyere de akwakosi entisamre de afei ana posifo ahye nhwemu ase Adesha kase ni nyina asi dia edi emu akotene bi ene say
Director General Emma Prison Service Ora patient bafu boni edi atu just say one more moda enedue fe omade disika na eye 1 cedi 80 pesos ne say de abanya pejam edi ko 5 cedis
Ononyam for Dr. Thomas Nyako ampemon so chira chechefo ayentu amkata 13 month nie ne say mom kama komantom ye mmamani nye na 2026 budget ne yakapcha mo
NPP jom tinani o wasante mantemu ena ede ato dwasa afimpini no aduonu nsia bato a omobekọ akoto no omayidi obedi omanim afimpini no aduonu nwotwe abato ne mu empanyimfo no pese omoye frakadam bi ewu
The Church of Pentecost, Bosare District, no one Akika on Sase, I get together at the Ama, a sorry penny for one what district no imo.
Sanso and a footwa kwama and mabulise, a jamu yapa, a way we are say as sitting a munte ya, yenche yeniso and fama won.
Hadesha Cassini na SC. On hine race by the son of Finso, on hine on Dari Paded Makadama and Ofaka Sihuka. I dream pine who feet mensa a boy chidom at the free newsroom so and as a KOK what technical room one more extreme in a life at the MIA. I can count for na AMA or Hinibanya Comene.
Mame Ajua Ahinkra Ketri.
Yami Adma watchina anopanso obesan ati Cassia bo yet we see. Me sorry so a chap made in Kaiboa or die up no so ebeto also.